All right, let's learn the basics of motion. We want to describe an object's motion using the terms position, velocity, and acceleration. So let's get started. The idea of position, that's just where something is. And we measure the position of an object using meters. So this stick figure, they are at 0 meters. Meters are the units. Now, left in physics is negative. Left in physics is negative. So you can see in this frame, this stick figure here is now at negative 2 meters. If you see up here where it says t equals 0s, that just tells you the time. So this is showing us that time is passing 0 second, 1 second, and that this person has moved to the left negative 2 meters. And that is motion. In this picture, we see 3 different frames. 2 seconds have elapsed. 2 seconds have elapsed. And this person has moved negative 4 meters to the left. Delta X, or triangle X, that's a symbol that means change in position. And delta T, or triangle T, that means the change in time. So how much has this person's position changed by? Well, it's changed by a total of negative 4 meters. And then time has elapsed by 2 seconds. And so this is how we start to describe motion. Remember the units. Seconds are the units of time. Meters are the units of position. Velocity. Velocity is just how fast an object is moving. The units for velocity are meters per second. This frog is moving at 1.4 meters per second. You might be familiar with driving on the freeway going 65 miles per hour. Well, those are different units. We use the metric system, so we use meters per second. The sign, positive or minus, of the velocity will tell you the direction. So if this frog was moving to the left, then you would note that they have a negative velocity. So velocity can be negative. The sign of the velocity tells you the direction. Remember that. So if you want to calculate velocity, which we often do in physics and scientists want to calculate things, we know that the velocity is the change in position divided by the change in time. So you just have to do a little math there. So let's take a look at this example here. If you look at this data set, look at that. The position has changed. The position has changed by 2.4 meters, positive direction. And the time has changed by 0.6 seconds. So the change in time is 0.6 seconds. And so if you want to calculate velocity, you have to do a little math problem. Velocity is the change in position divided by the change in time. So you want to divide these numbers here to find its velocity or find the speed. Okay, so acceleration, this is our last idea here. Speeding up, slowing down, or changing direction. And the units for acceleration are meters per second per second. This rocket is slowing down so it doesn't slam into Earth. This rock is speeding up as it's going towards Earth. These objects have an acceleration. This one specifically, objects fall at a rate of negative 9.8 meters per second per second. That's telling us that the velocity is going to be changing. Every second, the velocity is going to be changing by 9.8. So that tells us a little bit about acceleration if you have a changing velocity. The magnitude of the acceleration will tell you the rate at which the velocity changes. So acceleration is actually like an amount. So take a Tesla. They have a really fast acceleration, certainly faster than like an old truck. So the acceleration of a Tesla might be 27 meters per second, but the truck might have a much slower acceleration, maybe 5 meters per second each second. So the amount or the size of that number will tell you how much it speeds up or slows down. That's it for now, guys.